Happy 2017, friends. This is me, Nikki, here to share with you my 2017 planner setup. Many of you have requested this video, so I am excited to share it with you. I'm going to turn the camera around so that I can give you a good view of the planner. And I'm also going to share it in a way that if you're a new planner or you're thinking about starting to use a planner, that I can show you some simple tips or some simple things that can help you on this new journey. So let's jump right in. Okay, friends, my first tip is don't rush. If you have not planned before or used a planner before, it can be easy to get drawn into the expense of planning. And there's so many beautiful planners out there. There's so many different choices that you can choose from. Number one, can be overwhelming. And two, you don't want to really invest a lot of money initially because you don't know if it's something that you're going to stick with, number one, or that works for you. You may prefer to plan off of your phone, use your phone. But what I recommend is going inexpensive. Like this planner here is a Recollections planner. You can get it at Michael's, $19 regular price, but they always have a 40% off coupon. So a smart move would be to invest in one of these because that's a minimal cost and use it for 1 month to see how you like it. And if you feel like you want to try something more advanced or more expensive, then go for it. Go to TJ Maxx and Marshall's now. All day long you'll see cute little nice planners that are very simplistic, but challenge yourself to use it for a month before investing in anything more expensive, because that way you can see if you like the process of planning, if it works for you, if you're consistent with it, because with planning it's important to be consistent because that is what's going to be helpful to you. So I just encourage you to invest in a low cost planner initially. Give yourself 30 days, and then if you feel like this is something you're loving, then move on to the larger planner. And even better, in Target right now they had these for $1. They're very small, very compact, but they're perfect for someone who is trying to test and see if they are going to enjoy planning, if it's going to work for them. This one actually works well because it has a month view and weekly view, so it's just like your typical planners, but very small and concise. So this would be even good for someone who doesn't like to carry a bigger planner and you just want something small to jot down appointments or something. This could be great for you. So definitely, I just recently purchased those at the dollar spot. So definitely invest low in the beginning to make sure that this is something that you really want to do ongoing. And I want to let you know, in my newsletter that goes out every week, I will be giving away a lot of the planners you're seeing. You go to AtHomeWithNikki.com and you can sign up for the newsletter. It comes out every Friday, and through the month of January, I'll be giving away random planners and things like that. So definitely join in on the fun. Okay, so let's talk about the basics. When you start planning, you need those things like washi tape and pins and stickers and all the fun things, but you have to be careful because you can be so excited and get drawn in and purchase all of these things, and before you know it, you have spent hundreds of dollars on stickers and tape. And so what I encourage you to do is take it slow initially. You know, invest in 3 washi tapes, 3 that you love, and do that. Use those throughout the month. And once you learn that you love planning, then build up your collection. Find 2 pins that you like. Don't invest a lot of money in the pins. Just test them out before you purchase them. You can find a lot of nice, inexpensive pins that work well or great in your planner. I wouldn't encourage you to go out and buy just a ton of different colored pins and all of that in that first month of planning. Make sure that you're going to stick with it because you may get into it and say, hey, I prefer to use my iPhone to plan and keep track of things. This is not my deal. But if you get into it and you like it, then slowly start building up your collection. The same with stickers. I would just get the bare minimum. I'm not a big sticker girl. I don't like a lot of big colorful stickers and all of that. I just like this, typically the white and gold or white and silver, just basics. But even if you like a lot of stickers, just buy 1 or 2 sets. Don't buy a lot, and definitely don't invest in tools like this, like the hole punches and things like that right off the bat, because they're more expensive, number one, and if it's something that you're not going to stick with, then you don't want to have wasted your money on those type of things when you could have just first made sure that this is something that you're going to do. Now, one thing I would encourage you to buy right off the bat is some type of bag, pencil bag. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be from the dollar store, but something to keep the washi tape and all of that in, because when you sit down to plan, you number one need to have a designated time that you're going to dedicate to planning each week, and you want to have all your stuff together so that you can sit down, just whip it out, and enjoy your planning session. And it doesn't have to be a long planning session, but you just need to allot that time so that you can dedicate to looking at the outlook of your upcoming week. And makeup bags are perfect for organizing these types of things. Now, for people who already plan, I want to share some tips with you that I use. You may already do this also, but tape dispensers for your washi tape. If you are like me, you have certain washi tapes that you use all the time, every week after week, and so putting them in a tape dispenser can help you easily, kind of when you're planning, to just get it off of the roll. So you can get them from the dollar store. I got these from Target, so you can get them all over the place, office supply stores, but just a neat tool to, use your washi tape. Another fun tool that you can get in 2017 is a mobile printer, mini printer. I was out to lunch with my friend Tony one day, and she was telling me about hers. I got so excited about it, went right home, ordered one, and I love it. You print many pictures out of it to put in your planner. It's a great way to create memories throughout the week in your planner. If you have a great accomplishment, you can print it out. Any Instagram posts, print it out, put it in your planner. And I think it's just a fun little tool for your planner. I'll link it below if you're interested. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I will share that information with you. And then also, my next tip is to use hairpins as page markers. You can find some really pretty hairpins out there, very affordable. And I got this one actually, I believe at Michael's, and you can get them at hair beauty supply stores and all kinds of places, and you can get them with bling on it. But I think I love that. And another thing is huge for me with planning is my priority tabs. And I get mines from Michael's because these are really durable, and they're only like $3 for, I believe, 6 if I'm not mistaken. And I like to prioritize my planner. So priority 1 is the first thing I need to touch in the morning. Priority 2 is the next thing I need to touch. And so it really helps me know where to go in my planner first thing, and keep things flowing nice. And this has been something that I've used that really has worked well for me. Another thing is I recently got these C'est Ça Vie Making 3 Goals cards along with tracking card, and I love these. And what you do is you write the task in here, and then you can check it off as you do it during the week. Now, a budget-friendly way that you can do this is just get regular cards, and you can get them from 6 in a pack from Michael's Dollar Spot or Target Dollar Spot, and you get some really pretty cards, and then just write your goals on the inside of them. Now, you're saying, why don't I just write it on paper? The reason why is because I'll show you when I show you my planner how I like to keep things kind of concealed to keep it looking neat, but I still can know what it is and get to it easily. So I will share that with you in 1 second. But let me also say that a lot of times now you see monogram things everywhere. So you can go to Michael's Dollar Spot or $1.50 Spot and find a set of 6 of monogrammed cards. And these would be so cute to write your top goals of the week in the card to put in your planner. And so you can find very affordable, beautiful gold foil and everything cards. So now let's go into my planner. I want to give you a planner of my 2017 planner that I'm using at the beginning of the year. It is the black A5 Filofax. I used this I can't remember when I really actually got into this, but it was in the latter part of 2016 I started in here. But I'm really enjoying it. I'm not ready to move to a different planner, but a lot of people do ask about planners. You change out your planners. Do you put new calendars in and all of that? Absolutely not. Your actual shell of your planner is just like a purse. When you change your purse, you take everything out your purse and you put it in your new purse. Same with the planner. If spring comes and I want to carry a blue planner, then what I will do is just take all the insides out and put it into the blue planner. So it allows you to, keep different looks with your planner and not get bored with your planner, just like with your purses. Sometimes you like to change it out. It's the same with your planner. So I want to take you through mine and kind of give you a quick tour. It's still in the works for 2017. I haven't fine-tuned everything because I'm trying some different little techniques here. I'm trying to combine home and work, which never works for me in the past, but I'm trying it one more time again. I don't really like having my business planner and personal planner combined. I just never have been successful. And so, but I'm going to give it a go this time. I'm trying a new technique with it, so it hopefully will work. So as you open my planner, basically this is the first thing that you see I see in the morning when I open it up. And I like to keep everything concealed so that you're necessarily not seeing written stuff. And that's why I was saying about the cards. I like to open it and I don't want to see written stuff. And it's great if you're a professional and you're out and you're having a lot of meetings and things like that. When you open your planner, everybody's not kind of privy to everything that is right there. So I encourage that there. So I have my dashboard. I have my pins. You see, I love pins a little bit. So it's a little hoarder on the pins there. But I do use them and I love these pins. These are my top ones that I like using currently in my planner. So I have them all tucked away in there. But in the front, do it the way that you feel comfortable, what you want to see first thing when you open your planner, the things that you need to easily be able to get to. That I feel is what needs to be in the front here. Now, one thing I do keep in the front of my planner are these little stickers here, because these are the most commonly used stickers in my planner. I love these little stickers, and you don't get them in the traditional place at Michael's. You get them more in the party section up front in Michael's, and they're in an odd place, but I love them because you get a ton of them, and they're long to where I can page mark a lot. Like, say I'm going on vacation, I can just write vacation on this tab and mark out the entire page. The page looks clean and neat, but I have, used this one simple sticker to do so. And you get, I think, 50 in a pack for about $2. And if you have a coupon, that's even cheaper. So it's really affordable. And I've used these for, I want to say maybe 2-3 years now. I believe it's about 2-3 years, and I love them. I use them consistently. So every time I go into Michael's, I pick these up. But they're really great for, I'll show you right here, but they're really great for, like I said, if I'm on vacation and I want to mark that entire page off and just to have it looking neat, I can, if it's a day, I can do it vertically. If it's the week, I can do it horizontally. So I'll just put that on there, write it out, and I know that whole page is blocked out for that week for whatever specific reason. You can also use them as tags at the top. They could work great for that also. Now, one thing that I'm incorporating, like I said, I'm trying to combine personal and business together again to see if I can make it work. And I have the mini calendar here that I had told you about earlier that I got for $1 at Target. And I'm using this for meal planning. I just started this today. I decided this is going to be for meal planning and to get me back on track with that. With the holidays and everything, I got off track with eating right and meal planning, and so I am inspired to get it together. And with that being said, I am going to use a list that I got from Office Depot. They had this pad, $1.50 for the pad, has a good bit on it, and it's a grocery list, and I can just check off everything. I can add things on it, and then when I go to make my order online, because I order my groceries online, I have that here. So what I would do is I would simply just fold it up once I made the list, and I could tuck it away in my little menu planning planner. And that way I have it when I'm getting ready to order my groceries online. And I find that, this is, I'm hoping it's going to be helpful. I will let you know how this system works for me. I feel good about it. So I'm just not 100% because I hadn't really gone through the process, but I will keep you posted on that. But there's meal planning mixed with business binder, all of it's in one, so we will see how it works. But the other thing that I have in here is I have the goal cards and the tracking cards in there, and you see why I like to have them concealed, because it makes your planner look so much neater, and so you don't have to show everything. And like I said, if you're in a meeting, everybody's not looking at all of your goals and all of your things, you can keep your planner open and it's not necessarily seen. And so it's good to have these like this, and you don't have to invest in expensive ones. Like I said, get the cards, write in the cards, use the cards. You can get fun, cute ones that match your planner, and you're good to go. So that's how I keep track of everything here. When I do certain tasks, I can just mark it off, and I keep them in the front of my planner so that when I open my planner, which I do all the time, this is the first thing that I'm seeing. I realize what it is so that I can remember to keep track of what it is and of what I need to get accomplished this week that are kind of my goals for the week. So another thing that I have in my planner here is my resource book, and you may have heard me talk about this before, but basically this is a book where I keep all of those brain dump things that I need to always reference. So if I have codes on the computer when I'm working on things that I need to know, like Control-Alt-Delete does this, or Control-Alt whatever does this, I document it in here so that I have this. Or what is the Wi-Fi code for my friend's house, so that when I'm over there I don't have to ask her 100 times. So different things like that I keep in this book. That way I can always have it. It's something that I don't make new every year. It's just, it stays with me. It transfers wherever a planner I go or go to, it goes with it. So once you create this is a one-time creation. Until you fill up all the pages, you may need to move on to something else or add in one. This is from Erin Condren, I believe. They have these little journals here. I'll put a link to their site below if you're interested in those also. I'll try to link everything below that I can think of from this video, just in case it's helpful to you. So that's kept there. My black personalized dashboard here comes from C'est Sa Vie. Again, I'll link that below if you're interested. I also have my magnetic little marker here that I got from, I want to say Hobby Lobby. I love these little magnetic markers here. I find that they're really thin, so they're not too bulky in your planner, and they really help, you know, mark the pages, so they're really cute. Now, this is a dashboard that I created with gold foil. I somehow got coffee on it or something and stained it, so I'm going to have to make a new one. But I love putting something with my email address in my planner, so that in case I ever leave it anywhere or it gets lost, the person can contact me to let me know they have it. Hopefully they would. So I do like to keep something like that in my planner. So you can, you know, however you choose to do that, I would encourage you to put some way to get in touch with you in case you misplace it. And the little bicycle clip there came from Hobby Lobby. Now the next section is just where I keep business cards. I just have them all tucked in here, and I didn't want to have to put a bunch of little sheets for business cards, so I tend to just put a stack of them in there together. I don't often reference the business cards. I like to have them. I do reference them on occasion, but I didn't want to have a bunch of business card sleeves in my planner. And then the next one here, this is my board for meetings, and this is for meetings that are pending. So before I meet, I like to write notes if I have questions and things like that. So I'll kind of jot that down and I'll put it in this section here. That way I know these are things that are coming. So it's not meetings that are finished or anything like that. They are ones that I'm waiting on and I'm able to prep for and put all the prep information right there and it's towards the front of the planner, so it's easy to get to, and it works for me. This kind of works for me. And then after the meeting, I can file that sheet away further down into the planner. So the next section, I have my little tabs here, and these are the priority tabs that I had told you about earlier. And so I basically clamp them in the section that I want to touch first, or even on the page that I want to touch first. So they're really helpful. And even if I don't have, like, say 4 priorities every day, then I just kind of put the other ones to the back, and that way, you know, I automatically know there's nothing that relates to that. So I love using those priority tabs. They really have been a neat and lifesaver for me with my planner and helping me keep things kind of in order. You know, that's what the purpose of these are. And then the dividers here, I got these from C'est Sa Vie along with the stickers. Yeah, all of that came from them. And I did a video where I gave you a tour of my order from them because I love that company. They're really good. I'll link them below definitely because you'll like them if you like simplistic you know, sources or you know, planner sources. You will definitely like them. Okay, so next. Okay, not to show too much here, but this is for next week. I got to get ready for next week, and so I'll be planning on Sunday. Typically, I like to plan on Sundays. I don't, you know, keep real strict to that, but I do find that is the more relaxing time to plan, and I like to be relaxed when I plan. And so I'm going to combine personal and work, like I said. So I have the file fact sheet in the center, and then I have on the outside, I'm going to have the C'est Sa Vie week on 2 pages. So in 1 week, I basically have 2 different calendars, one for personal and one for business. And so I'm going to see how I like doing it that way. I don't want to mix them on the same sheets. And so that's the purpose of having basically 4 sheets for 1 week. So I'm hoping it will work fine. And I like the fact that everything is going to be together, but it's not together. And then the next section here, this is just for general information. A lot of times I have contacts that I don't have business cards on because I do a lot of business over the web. And so this is a place where I can document their information, such as important email addresses for people that I'm currently working with and things like that. So I like to keep that there. Or sometimes if I'm working and I get an email from one of you and you're asking me for something and I know I got to get back to you, I try to jot it down there. and it's hard because sometimes I get overwhelmed, but I try to do the best that I can with that. The next one is something new that I added in this year, is the financial log, and this is going to be for the purpose of when I'm doing calls and making brand deals and different things like that. I can document it here, and it's easier because a lot of times when you do conference calls, you're looking on the computer and that kind of thing, and I'm not one where I like to type on the computer while I'm doing a Google Hangout or whatever it is. So I'd like to have that form or something that I can write down the deal and this here and have it documented and then invoice later and all that kind of stuff. I have it for when I need to invoice later or whatever the case may be. So the next thing I have here, I want to say, I love the dividers, by the way. The dividers are from C'est Sa Vie also, and they're just really neat and they're durable. Now, the stickers on there, I'm not as much of a fan, as I found that they come up a little bit. You'll notice you can see some of them coming up, and so they don't work as great. I do want to do a quick tip that you can also get just pads, those knock-knock pads, and sometimes make them fit in your A5 planner. So if you're looking for a really budget-friendly way to have one, you can do that also. And then you also can do a lot of printables and things like that. So one thing I am going to do is an inspiration board, a mini one for my planner this year. Have not done it yet. Had good intentions to do it before the new year started, but I'm going to do it and put it in here because that way I always have access to it, and I'm going to make it so that it fits in the planner. So that's the goal there. The next section here is for reports, and I talked about this last year, I keep reports for my social media. And so what I do is I keep each month, and I like to keep them in my planner so that I can reference them all the time, and it helps me look at trends, look at things that work and don't work, and help me kind of see what I need to do. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my 2017 planner setup. It's still kind of in the works. I'm kind of tweaking here and there. I'm not 100% yet, but I wanted to go ahead and share with you what I found because I had so many of you asking. Don't forget to go subscribe to my newsletter. Also, I want to say that I am posting 2 videos today. It is Friday, and I want to give you 2 videos. I'm going to that linen closet that I promised you months ago is finally coming out today. So I am getting them out. It's just a little slow. So I hope you will now go and enjoy that movie because it is up on the channel. So have a beautiful day, my friends. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.